Hey everybody, today we're going to be doing a demo of an app called Obi, which is a simple chat rooms app that utilizes React Native for clients for iOS, and which is a new technology. It's really cool. It's from Facebook. I recommend checking it out if you're interested in front-end development. And we're going to be using Node.js for our backend and WebSockets to handle TCP connections between clients and the server. So we're going to start here by firing up our Node server and also at the same time running our app on an instance of the iPhone 6. So when we start the app here, we're going to see a login page. And basically what this is there's a cool Node library that just creates a wrapper for Facebook authentication and login, and provides a very nice component for React Native that handles logins. And everything in React Native, all the views are considered components and objects within themselves. So this enables a high level polymorphism within the front end development. So we're going to go ahead here and log in. And so I'm just going to type in my Facebook information. Having a little bit of trouble here typing. Hold on, let me try again. Let's try one more time. There we go. All right, so we were having a little bit of trouble with the simulator right there, just typing stuff in. But we are back on track. Hope you didn't see my Facebook passcode, but it's totally fine. So we'll go back into we'll be here. Refresh the page. It should show that we've logged in, and we'll confirm we're logged in. All right. So basically, with React Native, everything is the navigation aspect of it is they utilize a navigation stack, and so in this way, we can just push on new components and relevant information onto the navigation stack, and that's how we're going to move around within the app. So you can see this is what we do here on the login. So after that, we're going to go to our home screen, and what this is just displays four static chat rooms that the user is allowed to join. We welcome the user using their name, which we get from the Facebook API with that token we generated in the authentication. And so then with these buttons, we just attach simple event handlers that go to the various chat rooms that they're linked to. And how about we do that right now? So sports is pretty cool. We're in the playoffs for a few different for hockey and basketball right now. So maybe there's some interesting discussion. Looks like we have some people here getting an argument about LeBron James and Michael Jordan. Classic internet debate. How about we contribute to this? We could say something along the lines of Steph Curry is the new GOAT. I'm sure that'll rile up some people on the interwebs. So as you can see here, when we click on when we decide to send a message, our chat room will take this message, and we have a WebSocket utilized on each side of on the client side that is able to emit messages to our server. And so what happens here is when we type in this information, we'll go down and we'll hit the submit button. And when that submits, we're just going to create a message with a simple JSON body, and we're going to emit that to the server. And so if we go to the server side here, we can actually see that on a chat message, we are able to have our rooms, which we just keep in memory. We will consider moving to a database at a further date, but for right now, we're just holding our room information in memory. Not the most secure, but it's getting the app working for now. So what we do is we find the room in the database, in the array, and we push this new message that we get to the messages aspect of that room. And then after that, we simply emit a message from, labeling it with the room ID, and sending the message we just received. That way, all their users are able to receive that message. So if we go back to the chat room, we actually see this is being handled. We've attached an event listener to this component that for this WebSocket, when we get this message from, and in this case we're in the sports room, so this.properties.roomID will be sports. When we get a message from the sports room, we simply push that message onto our messages that we're displaying and update the page. So this is really cool because now, no matter how many users we have across various clients, they can all access the same information, and we'll see real-time updates of that information between different people. So that's pretty cool. That's really the nice thing about WebSockets is we have asynchronous two-way communication between clients and servers. If it weren't this way and we were just using simple HTTP requests, we would actually have to periodically check the server for new updates, and this could create unnecessary load and overhead concerns for our application. So we can just go here. We have a simple back button that just pops off the navigation stack. It's pretty simple, and we can just go to a different room. Something I didn't mention earlier, we're also are able to pull the room information with just a simple request for getting a room, and the server will respond with room info for the room ID we request, and that way we can display politics and we can display the current state of the messages. So we see here that there's a little bit of a political debate going on. I don't know if we want to contribute to it too much, but we can just say this election is stressful, which is true for most people. So yeah, there you have it. That is Obi. It's a simple chat room app. It was a little bit challenging getting started with this. React Native is a very new technology. I personally think it's pretty cool. It has various levels of abstraction and allows for a great deal of polymorphism within your views. However, it's still in the early stages of its lifespan. It's not even on version 1 yet. It's currently on version 0.2.4, I believe. And so, that represents some challenges. As a developer, there's not much documentation or support for the application. Actually, an issue I was having with an aspect of React Native was resolved on GitHub 2 days before I actually had the issue, thankfully. So there represents some challenges of getting up to speed with the development of React Native. On top of that, configuring SDKs is still a little bit clunky. There's not really a good way that React Native supports it other than going through Xcode itself and configuring the Xcode project files. So that represented a challenge getting Facebook authentication working. However, with plenty of Googling, I was able to solve it. And besides that, just trying to think of an app and getting everything to work. There's always few just roadblocks, simple bugs here and there that you have to resolve. But overall, it was a good project. It's cool to learn new technologies and WebSockets and React Native, and allowed me to use a little bit of my prior experience in Node.js and NPM in this project, and I think we did a pretty good job with it. So yeah, it was a good time, good application of networks, and we were excited to do it. All right, thank you.